Well, it's your boy Yardman 9, Airsoft Special Ops, and we got another special for you. I know you guys have seen this box before. I'm sure people are going to be like, I'm sure we've seen something like this before. So it's a completely different gun on the inside. That's why it's got this special little sticker right here in the corner. HAL in the inside by Specna Arms. Got your little QR code. This one I specifically chose to do on the channel. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just trying to hop on the website to give you direct info so we're correct on this gun. So this one's called the Specna Arms F04 RL Flex HAL ETU M4/AR15 half tan. Yeah. For some reason, yeah, and this is kind of why I did this video. For some reason, I couldn't actually find a YouTube video where somebody's, number 1, unboxing the gun, number 2, going through the specs and all of that, and number 3, shoot testing. The third one, because I like to be clear, the third one I won't be able to do currently because it's bright and my range is bright, so I can't shoot at mine. The range I normally go to is currently down, but I'm gonna see if I can convince the guy to let me just come in for a little half an hour and shoot test this, so I can actually give you guys some real raw feedback on it. And I found this quite interesting because I never understood why companies put out guns without promo. It's kind of like confident. I get that you guys have your name built and your reputation, but it's like, bruv, I would just not buy the gun. Luckily, people like to see me review shit, so I went halves with one of my guys and he was like, look, I would have loved to see this gun reviewed, so I'll go halves with you, buy the gun, and this will be like our little investment into the channel. So I was like, all right, no worries, bro, let's go. So yeah, so you guys are probably like, you guys got better M4s, why buy this one? So where do I start? You guys saw me last year really trying to find an AEG that would, number 1, be CQB-able if I ever wanted to run it CQB, but also find something that was reliable, that wouldn't necessarily yam out battery power too much, because my double Badger, my double Eagle, the first 556 you guys see on the channel, that one, it would eat 2 to 3 batteries every game day. Now for me that's a lot, because I come from using guns that one whole game day, 11.1 could last a whole game day, as long as you plug it out during lunchtime. Not to say that, like, to be honest, I'm here for efficiency. I know some people argue with me and be like, oh, but the gun needs power to deliver, you know, the science and all of this stuff. I have this rule: if I need more than a battery and a half, that gun is too consumable for my liking, because I have to physically charge these batteries, and you're talking about 1300 milliampere battery. So if you're telling me that's taking up 2 to 3 batteries, or 3, let's say 3 plus batteries every game day, I'm sorry, that gun needs to go. So that was another thing. The other thing was being able to shoot distance. I have this rule, I'm looking for about 30 to 40 meter average, because I'm happy to run around, but there's points you want to camp up and be able to take them sniper shots, especially with light BBs. And I've got another build which I'm due to show you on the channel that I've done recently, fairly cheap build, and this thing can shoot 2s 40 meter. And it's not even built to be an outdoors gun. So because I saw it do that, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this, because if all else fails, I know I have that. And with 2s, if you can put 2s at 40 meter, you can't really go wrong. It probably won't be the most accurate gun at 40 meters, but for me that's nice, because I'll send 3 or 4 down range and I'm sure one of them is hitting them. So, but that's a gun for another day. This gun was said to be something that could achieve everything that I just listed to you via why we're doing this video. So without further ado, this is the Flex F04 by Specna Arms. And you know what, before we even go into that, let me go over some specs, because this is another thing. Like I'm saying, it was so hard to get any specs for this gun until websites started to sell it. So, and even then nobody's talking about it on YouTube, so I'm just like, what the hell is going on? The system's said to have high density polymer construction, so it's meant to be mad light but still strong. A 6.03 millimeter type ball in a barrel, which should be pretty good, because ideally if it is as good as I think it will be, I'm gonna take that barrel out and put it into one of my M4 builds that I'm currently doing right now. I'm trying to find again another outdoors M4 that I can rely on, that I can have in my main loadout, and maybe long term take that whole build over to HPA by the end of the year. It's meant to have this HAL ETU/MOSFET system, which is basically meant to make it feed amazingly and give you the ability to upgrade to a better what's it called, motor. That's the name of the thing, a better motor. And why this is important is because everybody who I've seen speak about this gun has said, oh, the auto ain't great, but well, you need to remember that this gun was built to have a great shot at radiuses of I had a look at it last night, it was 15 meters, 30 meters, and then I think the max was meant to be about 40 meters. But think about it, at AEG, that's mad cheap. The gun costs like 120 or something, like that's that cheap to be able to shoot that far. Like, what more yards and form out where? Which is why I said if it does well, I will upgrade the motor, because there's a few companies that do a few different motors, like a 25-35k motor would be lovely. But the thing is, you rarely use auto, so do you see what I'm saying? It's quite irrelevant, because like my other gun, like the gun I was talking to you about before, that shoots 40 meters and it does that with twos. It's like, it's not the fastest auto, but because the semi is so quick and the trigger's so responsive, you do not need auto. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're running around with some HPA speed softers, yeah, at points you're gonna struggle because they'll get more shots down range at you, but my thing would just be play a bit more tactically, play far, because you know you can shoot 30 to 40 meters comfortably. I'd play it far, whereas they wouldn't have accuracy at that, like that kind of, how do you want to explain it, like that distance. So they would have to shoot a lot more. So all I'll do is peek, take 1 or 2 shots, duck, peek, take 1 or 2 shots, and play fast. So every time they press me, run back and keep doing the same thing. You'd have to just switch gameplay. But that's another thing. Apparently this is meant to be programmable, so it's meant to have all these things like binary, rare. I'm gonna read what they say and then we're just gonna get straight into it. So it says, whether you're a veteran skirmish skirmisher okay, there we are, looking for a lightweight backup, or a newcomer seeking a superb bang for your buck, the Specna Arms F04 RL Flex should suit you perfectly. The F04 follows Specna Arm Flex build style, constructed predominantly from high density polymer with an alloy outer barrel, resulting in a lightweight and agile build which won't have your arms burning after a long day. Inside we have treated you to a 6.03 type bolt in a barrel with a rotary hop-up unit, offering a superb accuracy potential. And this is where companies piss me off. Look at this. Inside we are treated, I don't know why he worded it like that, but we are treated to a 6.03 type bolt in a barrel paired with a factory rotary hop-up unit, offering superb accuracy potentially. Potential. Why did you put potentially? Just say the rascal thing, because now you got me worried. And improving air efficiency. Is it potential? Is it definite? Giving you a slight FPS boost with the same strength spring. Okay, I hear it. Which I can kind of back, because the F02, I think it was F02, F01, F02, one of them, I bought and it did superbly. The one thing I would say, it did not stand the test of time. So after about 6 months, the gun started giving problems. We did some adjustments, it worked for another 3 months, and then after that it was basically destroyed. Like, I even at one point tried to open the gearbox, and when we put it back together, it just jammed. So maybe not a job for me, maybe a job for another tech that specializes in AEGs, because my specialty is GBBs. What else does it say? The HAL is ready to go toe-to-toe with other modern MOSFETs. So apparently it's basically a MOSFET / electric trigger unit system, some format of that, allowing you to select binary, AUG mode and sniper delayed. If anyone knows what sniper delay is, I do not have no clue. Instead of semi-auto and semi-auto lock. Do you know what? I'd probably run it on semi-auto lock. Like, I don't need an automatic gun. Like, I just need a good shooting gun. Like, but yeah, 3 round bursts or 5 round bursts. So it does all these things. I probably won't use them, but we'll test them at some point. Instead of full auto. Also available 5 levels of trigger sensitivity, so that's something I'll probably have a play with, because I'd love to have the trigger mad sensitive on this bad boy. 6 levels of adjustable pre-cocking. I don't really know what that is, but I'll have to check and see. Active braking and low, that's really good, because you need that for these kind of AEG guns. And low voltage alarm, which again is always nice because it saves you damaging them lipos, because you can't, for those of you who have lipos, you can't let them fully die out. I don't know how people have guns and don't know that, 'cause I've met so much people who don't know that stuff and own AEGs. What are we saying? That's one heck of a lot of features set for such a low cost platform. If you're looking for a low cost lightweight primary but demand advanced internals, the Specna Arms F04 house system AEG is what you need. So they're talking it up, they're talking all the bangs and the shebangs. Well, it's apparently meant to do 310 with 2.0s. I never really listen to the companies because you find that they lie a bit. It's normally off by about 20 to 30 FPS. So as long as this gun does 280, I'm happy with that. 260, 270, I'm happy with that. Yeah, maybe more like 280, because realistically you guys are talking up the system so much, it best deliver. What else can I talk about? Polymer externals, it's electric, AG, AR platform, safe, semi, ambidextrous. Apparently it's ambidextrous, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. It's a 1-for-1 scale to the guns. They suggest you use 2.5 BBs. It's a rotary hop up, we already spoke about that. It's got M-lock rail system, 20mm RIS/RAS, and a 20mm rail receiver as well. The stock is a slide-in one, has 6 positions. It comes with 2 iron sights and an aperture iron sight. Apparently it has sling options on the stock and handguard and the QD, so we'll see about that. Outer barrels 8.5, which is mad short, but 8.5 inches, but it's meant to be more CQB-able gun. The outer barrel is a mil. Outer barrels counterclockwise. Outer barrels 14mm, so for you tracer users. Inner barrel 6.03mm. The inner barrel is 230mm, which is a nice length. It's like long enough but not too short, but not too short, if you get what I mean. It comes with a high cap magazine, which is a wheel one, 380 rounds, and a high cap mag, which is pretty good for you guys that don't like to reload. Version 2 gearbox, rear wired, gearbox with quick spring change is there also. Standard apparent, they have this thing called the advanced motor. It's just a standard bloody motor. And I believe that's it. They recommend 7.4 vowels. Knowing me, I'll eventually push it to 11, but I'll use their recommended for the testing and stuff. So that's where we're at, peeps. Let's get into it, cause I feel like we've done so much talking. Even my head is hurting. So let's get straight into it. Box feels decent. You could use it as a carry case. I never tend to do that stuff, so I'm probably gonna use it as a target for a few weeks and then just chuck it, to be fair. I'm moving house soon, so yeah. Because this gun came from what's it called, patrol base, they always do this thing where they've downgraded the airsoft velocity and they've tested it. Now please, next time if you see Airsoft Special Ops patrol base, please just leave my guns as they're meant to come stock. I will do all that stuff myself, because I find that, not to be like moany, I bought over like 20 to 30 guns off you guys, and I find that when somebody's done the downgrade, the gun comes in the box looking like somebody just chucked it, everything's everywhere and everything. I've opened this box, so everything's in a nice order, but when I first opened the box was a mess, and it was almost like the tech just threw everything back in, and it's like, respectfully, for all you know, I could be buying this gun as a gift for somebody, and the first time they open it, it's gonna look like somebody literally chucked their gun in the box. Like, come on man, put some respect on our thing. And a lot of the bits and bobs, like, can they be sealed somewhere or taped on, or come on man, give us, you know what I'm saying? I know that this ain't the most expensive gun, this is on the more cheaper side of things, but respectfully, I have still spent money on this. Do you get it? Like, and even if I didn't, like if this was a review gun that you sent me, like, come on man, like these are the things that turn people off using you as a supplier. As much as you guys are one of the biggest, this is why I'm even more saying it to you, because as one of the biggest, you guys should know this. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Quality control is important. But yeah, anyways, done with the moaning. So velocity test thing, they're saying they done it with 2s, BB weight 6mm. It does not exceed 350, which, to be fair, this is why I'm saying I don't know why they troubled the gun, because the gun doesn't cover, doesn't go over that anyway. It's meant to do 310 anyway. When people have tested it in other YouTube videos and stuff, it's done 280. So why would you trouble the gun? The gun's under the velocity anyway. If there's anything you had to do, it would have been just to flick a battery in it quick, shoot it once or twice, or maybe even 5 to 10 rounds, just to make sure that it matches what it says on the site and put it back in. You wouldn't have had to take down anything. But anyways, Specna Arms always love to send their little booklet thing with the QR codes. I'm probably gonna chuck it. Like, I don't really need this stuff. I know where to find BBs and stuff, but for you new players, it is important and useful. Do remember to recycle stuff like this, so I will be recycling just to help save the planet. Specna Arms is really good. They always send you this thing where they're trying to save paper and all of that. Again, the QR code for the manual to this gun. For me, unless they've done the manual with this gun, like the manual's done specifically to this gun, I probably ain't gonna use this either. But again, for you new players, do hold on to this. Also, for you players who might buy this and potentially want to sell it on, save all these booklets, because these things up the price on your sale. You get your sticker set, which is always nice. I love how they do their thing. I'll probably chuck some of these on my gun box because there is still some open areas on my gun box. Plus, it's nice to just promote what weapon you have on deck, and because I have spent so much time investing into this platform specifically, it probably is wise just promoting it a little bit, because I do have my current M4 I'm building is a Flex 1 body, and then if you notice, I'm now got a Flex 4 internal parts to potentially put in it. So some things I will change though, but we'll see. So yeah, and you might be looking at like, where's the F range? So essentially what they did was the Flex range is its own range, but with core parts. So essentially what I'm running is a core range, so C series. I don't know, I'll probably give away the rest of the stickers, because I do have mates who do have these other guns, like G36s, AKs, snipers, so who knows, I might even just hold on to the stickers and use them as decals for things. But yeah, that's always nice, because like I said, I can see a few of them that I will use, like I can see a few of them. But yeah, so that's that. And then we got the bad boy. So straight off top, the gun is light. I did expect that though. It is a little bit lighter than I expected, to be fair, because when a gun is so light that I can feel the motor in it, you know the company's done something well. Initial thoughts, for how light the gun is, visually the plastic looks really good, if that makes sense. Like, I'm quite surprised, like genuinely I'm quite surprised. Like, it feels solid. Even the stock, like everything feels solid. It's apparently meant to be ambidextrous, which it does look ambidextrous, because even on that side, oh, the selector does feel nice. You know, sometimes there's always like a master side. That does feel pretty good, even on the right hand side. You can tell the left hand side is the master, but it does feel a lot better than the average ones. I'm not sure what this is. I think that might be a mag release, but there's a button here, so we'll give that a test. You've got the high capacity mag that they were speaking about. We'll just give that a quick chuck in. Ooh, slots in nice. Okay, so it is a mag release. So that button there is a mag release. Does feel quite solid. Is it ambidextrous? Yes, it is. There's one on the other side. That one feels a lot better though. Yeah, that one does feel a lot better. Yeah, but it's nice to have both of them, because if you ever want to take out from that side, they both feel nice, to be fair, but that one does feel a bit better where it's a bit wider. I also did read online. Okay, so let me show you that the iron sights. They're standardy. I don't really tend to use them, but it's nice when companies send them, because again, for newcomers, new players who don't have scopes and red dots and all these things already, it gives them the potential of actually being able to aim the gun before they've made that investment. So that's appreciated. They feel fairly solid, but they do feel polymer. So the bolts are metal though, so that's nice. Well done, Specna Arms, for that car. Some companies do love to send plastic bolts, and I feel like that's always disrespectful. Like, I paid over £100, please just don't violate me. What else can I speak on? Your rails are plastic, but they do feel solid. Yeah, your rails are defo plastic. Most of it is plastic, but like I said, you can see your bolts are metal, which is refreshing to see. You have a sling attachment point. Again, on the other side, sling attachment. I kind of like the cool design of the barrel hanging out, because it kind of gives me nostalgic vibes of my combat machine. The first one I built, because that's how it was originally built, with a barrel sticking out. Now it currently cuts off right at the end of the barrel, but it does give me nostalgic vibes. Let me just fill the gun quickly. To be fair, like, the gun is so light that I can't say nothing negative. Like, it's quite interesting. I kind of want to hear how loud it is, because that would be a key point for me. Like, how loud it is. Am I able to tune the motor a bit more quieter? And then the other thing would just be like a distance test, but like I said, I'd have to get out to the range to do this, so I'd get back to you guys on that one on another video. So far so good though. Definitely isn't a gun that you pull out the box and you lose your mind about, but it's definitely bang for buck for sure. It does look nice, it feels nice. I love the stock on it. The stock is really nice. I did read online as well that the charging handle is functional, so if you notice, it locks back, and then it has a button on this side that if you dash that, it closes it. So that's a nice function, because on the cheaper guns it doesn't tend to have that. And then, like I said, if you bash the button, if it will work, it closes. Yeah, so then you can close that back up. So it's always nice when they think about stuff like that, because you as much as it's a small function, it's a function that just adds to the, oh, how do you explain it, like the coolness of the gun. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound like a little nerd. What else can I show you? The mag goes in fairly nice, does feel nice, does sound nice, releases fairly easy. Yeah, they've defo upgraded that system since the F04, because the F04 worked, but it wasn't as nice as that. The mag well could be a bit wider, but once you found it, it does go in. Yeah, I'd have had the mag well just slightly more looser. That's one thing I give G&G, like the mag well is slightly flared enough so that there's no wobble about. It's like from you get there, it's in. With this one, it's almost, but to be fair, they haven't done bad at all. I'm just thinking, say you weren't looking at the gun, you'd fumble like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Whereas with the other one, from you get there, it's in. But yeah, just look at your gun, boom, you're good to go. Well done. I don't think the mag is upgraded, if I'm to be honest though. It looks like one I got with one of the M4s I bought last year, so yeah, it feels the same as well. 380 isn't bad, that's almost 400 rounds. If you want to be safe, call it 350. But 380, that's not bad, that's almost 400 rounds on an M4 from one mag. You can't really go wrong, can you? But yeah, so far so good. Like, I'm not gonna say anything negative, because I haven't, like, to be fair, for the price and what you're getting so far, I'm very much pleased. Like, if anything, I feel like this is a bit more exciting than the F04, because you're meant to be getting this programmable gearbox as well, with this apparent built-in ETU. So yeah, like, I'll give it to them. Specna Arms, you've done well, because you've been able to up your game once again for the same price. Let's just hope it shoots as good as they talking. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's chuck a battery in. And do you know what, before we do that, let's talk about what else is in here. So obviously you get the high cap 380 round mag. They give you a guide rod, which is always nice because or cleaning rod, should I say, which is always nice. Clean or unjam your barrels. They've got a programming card. These things, one thing I will say is, like, I get that it's the programming company that makes them, it's not always the company that makes them, but in this case it's Specna Arms who's either bought this system from somebody or created the system themselves. These cards make no sense to actual human beings. Like, unless I'm dumb or something, someone help me. Are you telling me to press my trigger once? Are you telling me to press my trigger twice? What does this mean? And I got one ages ago where I watched a YouTube video. It was for a different gun. I think it was for the Double Eagle or something like that. One of them other systems. And I watched the video and then it started to make sense. But then I stopped watching the videos when I was programming the guns and used the card. And one day I broke the programming system trying to use this card because we couldn't work out it was the G36, it was the electric blowback one. That's what it was. And again, it was from the same company, Specna Arms. So for me, don't send this rubbish if it doesn't work, because you're essentially giving people things they're gonna end up breaking their guns using. And I'm a tech and that happened to me, so it's not like I'm uninformed about ETUs, and the card just didn't make sense. And because the card didn't make sense, it's like there was points I'd programmed the gun into a system that weren't matching what the card was saying. I could tell this by what the card was saying was meant to happen. The beep was beeping what the card is saying is meant to beep, but the program system didn't match what it should be matching. So it's almost like, if you're not careful, you can even reprogram the whole system that they've put in there, which I'm just like, nah man, you guys shouldn't sell systems like that, because those systems are for specific players. You sell them in things like Inferno, Gen 2s and things like that. That's what those kind of systems are for. So get it right. I'd rather you send, say I bought this gun for like my little bro or something. It's like he would have broken the gun trying to do this. So what I would advise you guys to do is, like, you see like how you send a user manual on a QR code? Do the same with this. It just makes more sense. Film quality videos that are done properly by a proper professional in a way that everyone from every background can understand, or else you force us to make money off your products. Your choice, because I would do them, but it's your choice. And then yeah, if they're long enough and clear enough, everybody will be able to program without this rubbish. So fix up, because even me, I'll probably hold on to this in case I'm gonna end up selling the system to somebody, but ain't nobody want this. Like, I'm not gonna use that rubbish. They've sent like a converter cable, which is always nice because it comes with a Dean's, but if you have Tamiya batteries, it gives you the ability to test it, which would be nice because I've got Tamiya batteries but they're not Dean's. Now I've got Tamiya batteries that are 11.1, but this gun is Dean's, so maybe not today, but maybe by the time I take it to range, I will test that and let you guys know. I just don't want to break the system and I've just got it. Like, let me do all my testing with the recommended 7.4, and then when I kind of just don't really necessarily need the gun, maybe after my guys had a chance to have a look at him himself, then we'll do these what I call danger tests, where we do things that are not necessarily recommended for the gun, like maybe put the barrel in a gun that it's not recommended, put the motor in and even the motor, it's like, well done for the advanced motor thing, but it's not advanced. Stop writing advanced on the motor, guys. It's not advanced, it's a standard motor. Just put standard motor. I'd respect you more if you put that. When as a tech, when we open these bad boys and we see advanced motor and we hear the fire rate, we're kind of like laughing at you. And not to be rude, I'll show you something. I know that motor, that's the same motor that they run in the Double Eagle programmable guns. So essentially you're just duplicating what another provider has done. You lose my respect as a tech when I see that. I'd rather you either put standardized motor, change the motor, and to be fair, like, by now Specna Arms, and maybe I'm drawing you out, but by now you guys should have engineered your own motor that's different and efficient, because the rest of the gun is sick that you guys are creating, but we're going for the motors. Like, for me, like, Nah, man. Like, I can go. I don't want to even list out the companies or draw them out because it's a really good price. Everything. It's a good gun, but I know I could go and buy another gun from another brand right now that the fire rate will be much higher than this. It might. Do you know the maddest thing is? It might not be able to shoot as far as this gun, but it will outshoot it, which begs to differ with which one's better. Because if I send 20 rounds your way or even 10 your way, I'm likely to hit you. Yeah, you might only need one, but you have to get that shot correct. So these are the things why I always think about this. But my point was, Specna Arms, engineer your own motor, because we'd like some improvement there. If the motor was sorted, I'd literally give you guys a 10/10 review on this. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I genuinely can't think of anything. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see this in full metal, but I'm basically like a speed softer. Like, I run bare high cappers. Yeah, like my gear is a Dymas. Like, I'm basically a speed softer, and for me, I feel like you guys have done one for us. Even a flat trigger, loving it. Apparently the response on the trigger is really good as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. My only thing is, because I know the motor don't slap like that, that's the one thing I know that I'm gonna be like, do you get what I'm saying? Which is why I'm saying, just engineer a motor yourself, or just give us a 25k motor stock, just charge us 30 quid more, because I would have paid 140 for this just to have a better motor, like, do you know what I'm saying, rather than having to seek one out myself. But yeah, I'm not gonna chew off the gun is good so far. What else can I show you guys that I haven't showed you? The magwell does look compatible with different mags, but what I'm gonna do is test that so that we're not guessing, because I've got some mags from Aries. Let's have a look if those work in here. Okay, compatible, lovely. Aries mags, and they're quite snug, to be fair. I'll have to see if they feed, because if they feed, well, that's a good sign, because these are the mag for the new builds that I want this gun to help build. So that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Probably wear and tear, because obviously they're painted, but it's alright, man. It's our gun. Okay, let me get a battery in this and we'll get this tested. So just like any other, you'd pull that down, pull that back, that comes off. I've already opened this and chucked the battery in there. Let me just connect it. I do like the Deans. It looks nice, guys. You guys done well. Sometimes you see a Deans on some guns, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It looks nice. It looks quality, especially for the price. You know, sometimes you see a Deans on a gun, and whether it's the wiring or the black bits or even the red square or rectangle or whatever, it's like, it just looks cheap. You're even... Ooh, lovely. My gun just went beep, beep, beep. So you're looking for that beep, because that lets you know the ETU system has recognized the battery that you put in. So you're always looking for that. If you don't get that, there's normally an issue with the system or the battery you've put in. It might be just a dead battery. Yeah, but my point was, you always know a company who cares about the buyer from little subtleties like that. Don't sell me a gun that's so cheap that the wiring is gonna look like it's gonna blow up. The stock is polymer, stock bar is polymer, so I might change that out. But for the beginning, like I said, at the price, you can't really go wrong. The gun feels nice, I will say that. Let me just spin it so you guys can see more what I'm doing. Very light. I could see myself dominating CQB with this, genuinely. The iron sights, like I said, I've never been at iron sights, man. I'm always a red dot, so I'll have to put down. But the iron sights don't look too bad at all, to be fair. For a new player, yeah, you wouldn't, yeah. I'm saying it would kind of make you feel like you don't need a scope, to be fair. But let's get straight into it. Safe into semi. Semi sounds something like this. One thing I will say, that's shocked me a little bit. I was expecting the 7.4 to sound a lot less oomphy. That shot sounds very, how would I explain it? Efficient, clean. Like, it sounds very, like I was expecting the gun to scream a little bit. Like, that sounds very efficient. Very clean cut. Yeah, man. Specna Arms F04. Okay. Okay. You might just kick one of my guns out the loadout. And the thing I like is like it feels clean. You know, sometimes with these systems, it can kind of feel like the motor's jamming and not making it back properly, and the wheels in there and the gears are not turning. But like, it can sound like very jiggy. This sounds clean. Like, listen to that. The thing I like is it even as a user, yeah, it makes you feel, yeah, like you can send them downrange. 1 2 1 2 3. It's very responsive. Whoa. We're gonna have to chrono this, because this has my mind doing like puzzles and recipes and equations, and right now I'm very excited at the moment, because I'm just like, what? You guys did that with a polymer build? Because if that was inside a metal body, oh, I love the polymer because I'm doing the speed soft thing, but I'm just raw. Like, you guys have actually done well. Like, I know I said a lot about your motor, but that sounds efficient. But let's test this auto quick and see, because that's where my problem normally comes with auto. And just to let you know, there's some kind of Allen key. I believe that might be for, okay, maybe it isn't for that. We're gonna figure out what that Allen key is for. And then I think that's the only stuff in the box. Yeah, got the sticker as well. If you plan to get, what's it called, warranty on your gun, keep hold of that sticker. Me, I'm gonna open and tear this thing apart, so I don't really care about this sticker, but I think just for the sake of nostalgicness and the sake of officialness, we'll just chuck it on there, just so that people know it is a gun from them. It feels good though, I'm not gonna lie. The grip, hand grip, feels really nice. The short system feels really nice, I will say that. Yeah, man, I feel like this might be my next my build, you know. I was very, because I've already got a body for the M4 build that I was trying to do, I was very much like, oh, I'm gonna stick with the other body, but now I've got it out and I've held it and I've shot it. I think I'm gonna attempt, don't quote me on this, I think I'm gonna attempt, I might not film this, but I think I'm gonna attempt to go and take 2 or 3 shots. Hopefully it's zeroed in, and I'm gonna see if I could get this to shoot 20 to 30 meters. The only thing is, I'm gonna try and use what they recommend, which is the 2.5s, and hopefully I have some luck. Yeah, because the thing sounds so efficient that even me, I'm kind of like, maybe I don't need that black gun, because that black gun essentially is what I was trying to do here. But the problem is, I wanted that gun as a well, I wanted that gun as an electric gun. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is really like, you know, when it's throwing you a little bit, I didn't expect it to sound as if, I thought the motor was gonna sound very screamy. Like everybody's version who I've heard so far, their version sounds screamy. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm talking about, you know, that AEG scream. This one sounds very efficient. Like, listen to that, the brake, it reminds me almost of like a sniper, like, you know, that clean cut. Yeah, man, very efficient. Like, this got me, give me 1 second, this got me wanting to actually test the other gun, because now I'm just like, as much as the other gun does the distance I want it to, what is more efficient? Because then maybe this could just end up becoming a gun for rental. So if somebody comes with us and they want to rent something, because it's a good little gun. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's see. That's an 11.1 still. I'd have to see performance. I'm not gonna lie to you, because that's really just thrown my brain a little bit, because this is something I've fully engineered to operate like this. This is something straight out the box like that. Like, that's so interesting. Whoa. It feels like that auto's running a bit longer though than, like, it stays for a second after you press it, but I can operate it. Yeah, it stays for a second after you press it, but it doesn't sound too bad. Well, to be fair, it doesn't sound as bad as I thought it was gonna be, you know. I'd want to test it and see what that looks like, because it sounds like it's keeping up. That MOSFET, I feel like that's what I'm feeling, the MOSFET, because even as you shoot it, you can like feel the gun continue a little bit longer. Yeah, it's like da da da. So I pressed it for a second, but it's going for a second and a half. But I kind of like that, because it means that when you're on auto, that person is definitely gonna get what you're trying to give them, boy. The only thing is, it's thrown me quite a lot, because now I'm just like, it's like it's almost defeated the purpose of this gun if I keep it. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is slightly a better system. I would have to see it shoot. I'm gonna see if it can do the 40-meter distance. And what I might do, just to make the test fair, is maybe use tracers and the tracer BBs, because then at least everything is the same except for the gun and the ampage. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna run that test and I'll see, because worst come to worst, I could always use this gun as like a, the thing is, the system is, yeah, it's because the system, I basically built the same thing they've built. It's interesting, because now I'm looking at the handguard, it's roughly about the same size, the barrel hangs just a slight bit. Even me, like the suppressor, I'll show you quickly, the suppressor doesn't actually cover any barrel. The suppressor is just there for show, to be fair. Well, I say for show, it has a tracer on the inside, so it does have functionality. But if you notice, it doesn't hang much. It's not like that gun where it's probably, do you know what, I should check that, where it's hanging all the way maybe. Okay, no, so that's very similar. So this barrel ends roughly about here. So do you see, it's like they built something very much the same thing. Like, it's quite interesting. The only thing is, my one doesn't have a programmable ETU thing. So I think at some point I'm gonna look into programming it, because I'd only want it to be maybe like semi and binary. That would be my ideal. I'm confused, because now I'm like, does that not mean that I might as well just put this and the other gun together and just leave it ready for HPA? Like, it's proper throwing me. I proper didn't expect this. Like, you see, if this gun does that distance, there's a chance I may just leave it, you know. My only thing would be is, like, I don't really like the look of it, and well, I say I don't like the look of it. I wouldn't want it to look like everybody else's gun on the field. Let me put it that way. So I'd have to kind of like almost like change. I would at least change the upper. The upper for me would have to go. But like I'm saying, if it does what this gun does, I might have to change the upper anyway to this gun's upper, because like I said, this one's kind of like game ready. Like, it runs how I want it to run. It feels how I want it to feel, and it kind of has on it what I already want it to have. So what we'll do is we're gonna chuck some BBs in it quick. We're gonna chrono it, and then I think I'm gonna call this one a day from here. What I will do, and I promise I will actually do this, because as much as it's early, I reckon I could get away with maybe like 4 shots on semi outside. I'd have to hurry up and put my ass back inside afterwards, but I would just love to see, like, would it do that distance? Because if it does, we might be onto something here, guys. Like genuinely, I'm trying to essentially have an AEG in the loadout where it's like, I don't have to spend bare money on this gun, but this gun will outperform, if not perform as well as most of the field that's out there. Because I find that we spend so much money, time and effort trying to build things, whereas if I could, yeah, like it even works with its mag and it looks nice with that other gun's mag. So maybe let's chrono it quick. Is that twos that's in there? Because that's twos. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just want to see if these are twos in there. It looks like twos. Give me 1 sec. Let me grab the flashlight because I'm quite like genuinely. It might sound like, oh, I've paid to do this, but I genuinely I'm not, guys. Like, this is a gun, like I said, me and my friend invested in, was like, do you know what, we're gonna do this for the channel viewers, because if I'm thinking this, I'm sure there's other people who are also thinking this. So the problem is I've got a mixture of BBs in there, so no, I won't use this, just so that, yeah, but I'll use that when I'm doing the shoot test, because most of them are twos. And you know what, fuck it, I'll just use this on, like, because then we know that the test is 100% foolproof, because I saw those BBs light up when it shot, so I know it was twos that done that distance. All I need to do is zero the gun in and make sure that it's shooting straight with twos, and then in theory I'm just taking 2 or 3. Yeah, I think I'm gonna test it, guys. My neighbors hate me, so you guys fault, but I think I'm gonna do it, because even for me as somebody with, like, as a tech, if I'm allowed to call myself after doing how many guns I've done, that it's like, that just sounds so efficient. Like, it just, you know, when it sounds like the gun's not struggling, like even my one, I had to proper fine tune the motor and go through the springs just to find the perfect spring. So I know that as a setup might not be even wise to take down, but that's cool. I'm just like, what? Like, it's very much surprising me. Like, genuinely, this ain't even fake surprise. Like, I'm genuinely surprised, like good surprised as well. Because it's got me thinking, like, Specna arms, I have contemplated at points, do I buy a £200-300 gun from you guys? Because I've got other guns from you guys that I bought that are more expensive and stuff, but you know when you get to the stage where you're like, oh, do I just buy an expensive one that I'll only have to maintain as opposed to keep upgrading things? And then you get back to the stage where you're like, oh, but I've got so much HPA, I might just focus on HPA. But this has really got me thinking, like, wow, like maybe I've been sleeping on them for true. Because even as a body for, well, to be fair, the other body that I'm trying to build as a HPA gun is Specna arms. But yeah, man, like, I'm drastically surprised, and it's not a bad surprise at all as well. Like, it's actually quite a good surprise. This got me wanting to make this my main AEG, to be fair. So let's just pop this over there for a second. Set this chrono up. I need to get a chrono attachment, you know, so it can just attach to the end of the gun. It even feels nice, like even me holding it in one hand. So they have done well. Like if you were to just spray it as it is, it would be alright. Even looks nice in the color pattern it's in. It's just because everything else in my loadout is custom. It would just be a shame to have this such a good gun looking stock, if that makes sense. So I'm using twos, right? Cool. I'd rather, does it charge it in there, or does it just operate like an AEG does? Give me 1 sec. Okay, so it operates just like an AEG does. Cool. I like the cool function though, because you can proper charge it, make it look like you're checking that, dash that back in, and then you're straight in. Like I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so first shot, let's have a look and see what we get. 310. That's very nice. That's very nice. Which is quite interesting because that's what they said it was. Wow, the first ever gun that's done that. Well done, Specna Arms. Wow, that's the first time. Make this be a notable day for you, anyone who watches my channel. That is the first time a manufacturer, the first shot, has matched what they said it would match. Well done, Specna Arms. Like, I'm gonna, if anyone asks me for a budget load, this will be the one. This will be the one I send them to, because that is the first time ever in history. It might seem like I'm doing too much, but look at that. 310.7, 0.89 joules. That's what we're talking about. Somebody who don't lie to us. Thank you, Specna Arms. Because even the F04, I think it was the F04. Yeah, I had the F04 and Mona had the F02. Like, young Mona had the F02. Like, the F01 was really nice, but it was still very much flawed. By the time I had got to the stage where I'm now shooting it, I was like, this and that and that. It was when I took it out to the game day, I was like, yeah, maybe I was a bit too harsh on ya. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that day I drastically dominated, and it was like with ease as well. It wasn't like I was overly trying. I'm looking forward to take this one out. We're due to be going out this coming weekend, so I've got like 4 or 5 days because it's currently Sunday. We're going out on the Saturday. I am gonna take this one out because I could see this performing very well, and because it's efficient. And the only thing that's throwing me a little bit is the 7.4 thing, but we'll give them some faith because so far so good. Let's go. Let's continue. 309. Oh my gosh. 309 again. 309 again. 308. 307. 310. 307. 309. 307. Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna say something because I ranted about the motor. I'm gonna have to open this and see what motor's in there. But if you guys did engineer this motor, thumbs up. I know I'm not wrong and strong. This is probably, I don't like gassing on my channel. This is probably one of the most, if not the best, budget gun I have so far done on the channel, and I haven't even programmed it yet. I reckon I'm gonna rip out my hair a little bit with the programming because the programming doesn't look as easy as Double Eagle's programming. However, I'm gonna put the gun together first because even as it currently operates, it operates quite nice. Like, I would probably like to run it like this before I program anything, but I probably will end up running binary on semi and then to run semi, just so that I have the, like, for them games where binary, I just want to save my BBs or whatever. But and I say binary because binary really shows you if a gun is built well or not, because my Double Eagle, after like maybe 4K rounds, binary just was not the same. And it was because when your gun's currently like consistently doing shot, it's not like when your gun's going shoot. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like your bucking's under a lot more pressure, your barrel's under a lot more pressure, everything's under a lot more pressure. So I would really like to see if this could handle over 4K rounds and still operate binary very well, because I would actually invest the money to maintain it. Like, this system's so nice, I'm actually currently thinking fuck the HPA build. Like, real talk, I'm actually currently thinking like maybe just build another one of these, but like a long barrel version, so something that could shoot 50-60 meters comfortably. But let's see if it passes the 3-month test, and then we'll go on from there. But I'm quite happy. Let's do a rounds per second test, because that is very interesting. Probably the best gun, best M4/AR I've reviewed on the channel. This beats its predecessor, the F01. This kind of makes look like a toy a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you like that. Don't get me wrong, the F01 is sick. Like, don't get me wrong, it's till this day I would still purchase another one of them for the same price. But this Do you know what's mad? This makes you feel like you're getting bumped by the F01 because you're getting everything the F01 has plus a programmable trigger and something that just feels efficient. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, this sounds like how my upgraded double eagle sounds. I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally gave that gun to my brother a few weeks ago because he started playing airsoft. This literally sounds like that gun. The efficiency, the way the spring is operating, the way the motor's operating, and I've upgraded the hell out of that gun. So yeah, like, well done, Specna ones. You've made budget you've made budget pro, like, so, or at least intermediate, let's not call it pro, but fucking hell, guys, pardon my French, but I'm quite surprised. So far I've got 12 rounds a second. 12 rounds a second. Maybe it's me. I know some of these Specna arm snags, they don't like give out a lot. Yeah, 12 rounds, 12.6 rounds. Which, I'm gonna be honest, is pretty slow in the grand scheme of things, because obviously I have what was it the other day? I was shooting a gun on semi, but it has one of them slider triggers without any upgrades, just a slider trigger, and I was getting 13 rounds a second. Sean's high capper the other day, give me one sec, I've got some notes on this, let me just double check. So Sean's high capper is doing 25 to 28 rounds a second, or 22 to 28 rounds a second, but that's something I've made auto, and it's gas blowback, so I kind of expect that because of the efficiency, and it's on CO2. This is stock, I haven't even changed the battery. So the one thing I would say, and to be honest, like, I'd have to see it shoot like that, so I'm gonna have to take a couple shots, and I'll do a part 2 to this video once I've taken it to range and stuff. But and I also have to keep in mind that this battery isn't like fully charged. Like, I probably had this battery and used it 2 or 3 times, still haven't charged it since. So I think what I'm gonna do is charge the battery at some point, give it another test, see if it matches what happened here in this video. And I do feel like I will use this on another build, because I feel like the lower mixed with that barrel, I feel like, yeah, this they've done something really well, really good here. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, parts of this make me want to give up on the HPA build, because I'm just like, I've got 2 pistols that do the damn thing and 2 electric things that do the damn thing. I should just chill. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I want, use the other body for another build. But yeah, like, yeah, they've really, like, even me, they've kind of shocked me a little bit, because I didn't think I could talk myself out of that HPA build, but I think I might just have, because like I said, like, 12 rounds is probably not the best. Like, that's kind of what, like, something like a rental gun would give out. But for a gun for 120 quid, like, you can't go wrong, you know what I'm saying? And I could easily see a motor upgrade. Let's say T238, they do like a £60 motor. I reckon if you was to dash something like that inside this gun, you'd be alright. And then long term, if you're talking about maintenance, obviously you'd probably have to have a really good tech around you who could tech electric gearboxes, because obviously the polymer gearbox ain't really the greatest gearbox that they've got in their range. But at that stage, it's where you could maybe talk about, oh, do I even want to leave this gun electric? Like, do I not want to take this over to HPA? Or like I said, you just bring it in for maintenance or whatnot. And yeah, like, guys, this one gets the thumbs up. And I know it might seem like I'll be thumbs up in a lot of guns, but I have a certain specifications list, and because I'm so bougie when it comes to that specification list, I understand that if a provider has been able to meet that list, who am I to tell them they haven't done a good job? This is a good job. especially at the, I would, like, your honest truth, I'm not saying up the price on the gun, because I feel like if you upped the price, the gun wouldn't sell as well as it did or is doing currently, and will sell. But I will say this, I don't believe there's another gun on the market at this price or close to this price that can compete. I know some people are going to say, oh, the Double Eagle and the Honey Badger. The Honey Badger is 170, my boy. And if you go to a cheap ass retailer, you might get at like 150, but this gun costs 120 quid, bro. You're getting a 380 mid-cap mag, and you're getting a programmable system, and you're getting something that out the box is, bro, it's TT. Probably one of the best stocks I've seen on the market. The stock bar's a bit trash because obviously it's plastic, but these are things you could upgrade. Like, honest truth, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and maybe my guys who end up buying this platform, what I'll advise them to do. I'll probably change out the motor after maybe like 3 to 6 months, because obviously you're gonna want to up that automatic performance. I'll probably change out the stock bar because there's a lot better bars on the market. The barrel I probably wouldn't change, because at 230mm with a trustable hop-up system and 6.3 type bore, you're not really gonna, like, you can upgrade and get a better one, but the problem is you're gonna now have to fine-tune the bucking and all these things to keep up. So I'd leave that system until it breaks. When it breaks, then I'd look into maybe a 70-degree bucking or something like that. But yeah, just the motor, the stock bar, and at some point we'll potentially test an 11.1. I know some people say go 9.6, go 9.6. For me, 9.6 is a bit like, it's better, but it's pointless because I don't have any other guns that like 9.6, so it would be like I'd be buying a battery just for one gun. It would be a bit stupid for me, but I've got other 11.1. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna fill a mag of maybe like 70 rounds, because then at least I'm not forcing the gearbox to run too much, if you get what I mean. I'm gonna chuck an 11.1 in there. I'm gonna burst maybe the first 10 rounds on semi. The rest of the 60 rounds I'm gonna burst on auto. I'm gonna take that out, the mag out, do another 10 shots just to make sure that the gearbox is turning over, and then if that works, I believe I might, then when I take this gun out, I might run it 11.1, just because I remember it was very much the same with the F04. They recommended 7.4. I remember the first day I took that gun out, well, it wasn't the first day I took that gun out, because I did run it 7.4 for like 2 or 3 game days. But I think it was the 3rd or 4th game day that I took that gun out. I ran it with an 11.1 battery that whole day. Number one, the battery lasted the whole day. Number two, the gun was flawless. I'm not gonna lie to you, that day was, even till this day, I sit and I think about that day as like one of my best game days of all time, because with just an M4 and 2 to 3 mags tops, I dominated every single game that there wasn't one game that day that I didn't get more than 10 kills with that gun. So yeah, speaks for itself. Without further ado, I'm gonna end this video and just say, like, they've done an amazing thing. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Specna Arms has to offer us in the future. I'm also now really looking forward to my M4 build. And until we next meet, people, there's obviously other things I would like to do. I'd like to do a full breakdown, like take the gun apart and all these things, but at this stage, the people who spoke about this weapon to me was people who don't want to do all the most. They just want to buy something affordable, get into the sport, be able to enjoy it. It's right here for you, 120. All right, deuces, people. Until the next one.
Guys that hate me, the girls got me on replay. Now my numbers be climbing, I keep it steady grinding. Claim they got my back, I dropped my music support, never found it. God the greatest, my kids return back home. I nearly lost my mind, but that ish gave me backbone. Through the absence I learnt about Job, patience.